All right, so welcome you guys. I know it's been a minute. I'm pretty much just gonna break down what market manipulation looks like. It's from a broker standpoint, right? Um, Trying to make sure you guys can get a good view of this, right? And I don't know who everybody brokers with, but um, depending on who you broker with, you probably saw it on that broker. And then if you use TradingView to trade as well, which you should, then you saw it on there, right? So pretty much what just market manipulation looks like within a broker, it's just pretty much if price breaks above a certain point in that broker, it's pretty much just trying to manipulate traders in, which is, I mean, legal. And, some brokers it's not illegal, it's not unethical, that's just a part of the markets, something to deal with as a trader, right? Not really a big deal. And it doesn't happen that often, right? But last Friday we got a view of it. And pretty much like I said, right? So that price, this price right here, which was the 10 a.m. candle, 10 a.m. 15-minute candle, it broke above a lower high, which was a significant point right there, which would in some instances indicate a buy up to the upside, right? Or show buying power, right? So it broke there on that broker. But if you see right here on TradingView, it did not break, right? It pretty much was a liquidity grab, right? This whole area is or was a liquidity grab, right? It just keeps coming to this area, grabbing and going down. So pretty much it just grabbed that liquidity, created liquidity right there, went down, and then it came back up. And this is where people usually lose, right? Because they may identify the move or something like that as market manipulation within the broker. And because of FOMO and, they want to trade every day or they want to, reach a certain amount or, whatever the case may be that they're trading in the market that particular day, right? They're going to go back in. Without- But yeah, they're going to go back in the market, right? Once it breaks the high again. But what is it going to do? They're going to become liquidity now, right? So now they've because they recognized it, right? If they did recognize it, right? They recognized it and they let FOMO take over because they felt like they had to get a trade, right? And they went in for a buy. Um, and they get stopped out right now. If they're a liquidity trader, then I'm pretty sure if they're up to their, trading as far as those standards and those parameters when you enter a trade, if you're a liquidity type of trader, right, then they got in this for a sale, right? And they made money because that was what three, so mm, about 800 pips, pretty good, right? So on a day that you saw was just pretty much consolidating, right? So 800 pips on a consolidating day is pretty good. Me personally, I don't like to trade consolidation. So, just good thing that I noticed that this was market manipulation on the broker and it also was a liquidity grab area. So I didn't trade this day, but it was just, good on my part and, from experience that I recognize, what was going on this particular day and not, having FOMO because of, big moves in the market that you saw on Thursday or that you saw on Tuesday, right? Not expecting a big move every day, right? Just letting things play out, right? If a big move happens, you get in it, right? If a big move doesn't happen, then you can't get in it, right? You can't predict the market. You have to flow with the market. And that's why a lot of people tend to lose, right? Because they want to predict the market. Same thing right here. If you don't recognize this and identify what this was, right, which was market manipulation in many brokers, but it was also a liquidity grab area, right? Because although you do have a higher low right here, this is the more significant higher low, right? And then you can see two more prior to it, right? So unless it breaks this one, right? You don't really know if it's going to buy for sure, right? As far as price showing you, strong enough buying momentum, right? Anything before that, um, has a lesser chance of, winning. So yeah, that's pretty much, a visible example of market manipulation, which you can expect to see from some brokers or while you're in some brokers, right? Just make sure you're on TradingView, just make sure you're recognizing things like that. And don't let FOMO take over. But this was a pretty short video, but I'm pretty straight to the point and I'm pretty sure, if you guys aren't starting from scratch, right? If you guys are starting from scratch, you may have to watch some other videos, right? This is more like intermediate, I guess, right? Because I broke it down pretty simple. I'm not gonna get on here and use big words and all these kind of terminologies and things like that because I want to make trading as easy as possible, right? For something that's not easy, I want to make it as easy as possible to understand so that you can get in and get your feet wet because the most important thing no matter what you learn is experience, right? Experience in the market and experience with either your one particular pair or your few particular pairs, right? That's the most important thing in the market. Right? Because everybody has a different trading style, right? Like I said before or in this video, right? People who trade liquidity, right? They're getting in this, right? For me, I'm trading more so price action and things like that. So I'm not gonna be as vested to get in a trade over here because nothing is telling me to trade, right? Everything's just telling me to watch. So, it just all depends on how you want to trade, right? It doesn't, no one style of trading is more successful than the other, right? It's always the person, right? Because your trading style also has to match your personality and your temperament, right? Things like that. So, um, hope this call helped you guys, just to get a quick glimpse of, market manipulation, because I know when I first started trading, a lot of people were saying that, when they lost that the markets were being manipulated, right? And that's oftentimes not what's going on, right? It's just that they were incorrect, right? And they just didn't took responsibility, right? I mean, even if you got in this, right, you still have to take responsibility because you're the one that's executing that trade, whether it's market manipulation that day or whether it isn't, right? You're going to get a sign or you're going to get multiple signs and confirmations of what that is, right? Depending on your trading style, right? So it's always going to be your decision whether you enter that trade or not. So it's going to be, on your head if you win or lose, right? Because the market is going to do what the market wants to do, right? But this was just a visible, uh, you know, a visible representation of, market manipulation and a broker. Right. Just want to give you guys an example and don't let anyone out there, if you're in someone's course or things like that, tell you that every loss is market manipulation, right? That's not, they just lost, right? It's just simple. They just lost, right? You win some, you lose some, right? So hope this call helped you guys and, subscribe to the page. I post, um, live sometime. As far as when I'm entering a trade and when I'm sending a signal out, like this is on my page, right? Just trades like that. This is a big trade over 3,000 pips. I post those kind of things and you can see it real time. As far as me staying in the trade, I'm usually telling you on that live. When I get out, I got out around here on this particular trade, right? So yeah, subscribe to the page, follow me on Instagram, digital underscore money underscore Marv, right? Follow me on Instagram, digital underscore money underscore Marv, right? Subscribe to the page, and see you guys at the top because the bottom is not an option. And have a great week, you guys. Have a great week in the market. Take what the market gives you.